Hello there. My name is Maureen with my co-host Corey. We are The Real Guys, and this is The Real Show with 2 E's. Let's get extreme and let the carnage do all the talking tonight. So, as always, I'm accompanied by my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Could you perhaps let the listeners in on what we're going to be reviewing today? We've taken a couple of weeks off, haven't we?
We've escaped the shark.
Yes, we've escaped the shark, but we have been struck down with little case of the flus, both you and I. But we're coming out fighting. We're coming out fighting, and we've made our way through it, and now we're up and ready, and we're prepared to give you the best of our abilities in broadcasting, podcasting, and radio casting, if you can call it that. But also, you can watch us on our video version on YouTube. Hello there. If you'd like to watch our video version on YouTube, you can just look up The Real Show on YouTube. The Real Show, Real with 2 E's, show, or Amazon, Spotify, Podcast, Apple Podcast, Android, wherever you get your podcasts. We're there as well. My brother actually phoned me today to talk about The Real Show to me. He'd watched our Dune episode and was, I know.
Interesting choice.
And was very pleased with it. Was very happy. So there you go. Endorsement from my brother. Shout out to you, Greg. Shout out to you.
Hello, Greg.
Hello, Greg. What will we be reviewing today?
So today we're reviewing Extreme Rules.
Yes, WWE Extreme Rules. Where's it coming out of?
It is coming out of Wikipedia.
Not Wikipedia.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. The arena is
Wells Fargo Center.
Wells Fargo Center. Now, the build-up to this came out October 8th, I believe.
Correct.
Yes. I'm glad I got my dates right. This was advertised by, there was a lot of ads, but Paul Heyman narrates the trailer for the pay-per-view. He also narrates the opening.
He does, yeah.
We have a young boy.
Yeah.
Let's just go right into it. We have a young boy. He's like, Paul Heyman's like, how do you spell extreme?
Yeah.
And that's my best Paul Heyman impression. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And he goes, I've got a joke. I'm jovial. I've got a joke. Let's tell a joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Mike.
Mike who?
Mike Lyons, Brock Lesnar, conquered The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
I thought you was going to do the Bobby one, but that's Brock Lesnar who does that.
The Bobby goes,
knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman goes, who's there?
Yeah.
He goes,
Bobby.
Bobby. He goes, Paul Heyman goes, Bobby who? And then Brock goes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then everyone cheers. And also, like before Brock Lesnar says that, Paul Heyman says, Brock Lesnar makes a knock-knock joke. Now I've seen everything.
Yeah. Anyway.
How many matches do we have on the card?
6.
6 matches.
Yes.
Let's run them down. What is our opener?
Opener is, for me, match of the night.
Yeah.
The Broad and Brutes, which is Sheamus,
nice.
Rich Holland, and Butch.
Against Imperium. We have Fabian Eichner, Giovanni Vinci.
Correct.
Marcel Barthnell, who is Ludwig Kaiser.
Correct.
And Walter, who is Gunther.
Yes, Gunther.
The ring general.
Yes.
Gunther, leading his boys, the Imperium, to the ring. Also, just a note on the entrance, love that brought back Symphony No. 9.
Yep.
They play the music, you go, da, 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 and then it cuts to Gunther's theme, and it's just a crowd, the choir, shouting Gunther.
Yeah.
And then Gunther does does his coat to the music, and he's walking to the ring, and he's the Intercontinental Champion.
Yes.
This was, of course, the night after the Friday Night SmackDown, where Gunther retained his belt against Sheamus in a very
controversial manner.
Yes. The old Brazilian tap, as they call it. Should we explain that? It was a controversial manner because there was a great matchup. But we know that Sheamus, and we reviewed to the high heavens. We reviewed their match at Clash of the Castle. We gave it 9 out of 10 reels. And their rematch on SmackDown, on the premiere episode of SmackDown, on October 7th, the Friday, it was a bang, as Sheamus says, it's a banger after banger after banger. The match was heavy, it was hard hitting, it was stiff chops, stiff strikes, stiff slams, okay? The finish was Sheamus had Gunther in the cloverleaf.
Yes.
Gunther did 2 taps of the hand on the mat. The ref didn't call it.
No.
Because it wasn't 3. And officially, to tap to a submission is 3 taps, but Gunther only did 2.
Yes.
So, to let go of Sheamus had let go of the hold anyway, and that's when Gunther had a weapon.
Yep.
He had they call it a shillelagh. I thought it was a shoehorn initially. Whacks him with a shoehorn.
Yeah.
Takes him down with a shoehorn. Pins him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Gunther retains, and Gunther has said that he's honourable. He won't use a weapon, but he has used a weapon. So Sheamus invokes the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match.
Yes.
What is a Donnybrook match?
It's essentially a tornado tag.
Michael Cole defined it as a disorderly manner.
Yeah.
He defined the word. A sort of disorderly act, perhaps. You could look up what does Donnybrook actually mean.
Donnybrook, I somewhat know what it means. I'll look it up anyway. It was essentially a fighting island.
Right, I'll explain it.
What happened?
So, both teams are in the ring. Right away, there's a huge brawl, all 6 men throwing each other around in the ring. There's weapons flying. There's a bar set up. Sheamus has a picture of himself. Apparently it's his grandfather, but it's just a picture of Sheamus in old-timey clothes.
Donnybrook Fair was a fair that was held in Donnybrook, Dublin from the 13th century. It's given a name. There's a fight at a fair.
Okay.
It's a slang term for a brawl or riot.
Right. They're having a Donnybrook.
Yes.
A Donnybrook match.
Yes.
Now, Sheamus had one of these before. I believe it was with, do I want to say it was with Drew? I might be wrong.
Possibly.
Or did they just fight in a bar? I don't know.
That might have fit in the bar. Maybe.
I remember he feuded with Jeff Hardy and they
He
fought
in a bar.
Yeah. All the teams are giving it their all. Huge slams, huge chop. Gunther's move is the knife edge chop, right? He's a huge Austrian man, big hands, big arms. He swings that chop, taking people down. Butch or Pete Dunne does a moonsault off a keg of beer onto all the men. Gunther has his dudes kind of string up Sheamus so he can do the rapid fire chops to the chest. They looked tough. Even in Clash of the Castle, and it happened here, it happened on Friday, you could still see the welts on Sheamus's chest. He had the blood rising to the surface. It was looking cracked skin. It was brutal affair.
Yeah.
This Donnybrook match, even if the word Donnybrook, laughed just a bit. However, in the end, it was the Brawling Brutes who managed to walk away with the victory.
Sheamus got a pin.
Sheamus got the brogue kick on Giovanni Vinci.
Correct.
Pinned him for the win.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. Gets his win back, kind of.
Gets his win back. Now, current day SmackDown, Rey Mysterio has transferred to the brand. Something we'll mention a little bit later. And he is next in line to face Gunther.
Yep. That'd be fun.
Your rating for the Donnybrook match?
Like I said earlier, it's
very hard hitting, like a no DQ, chairs, tables, kegs of beer.
It's my
benches,
match of the night.
Barricades.
So it's going to get a high rating.
Right.
I'm going to give it a 9 again.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Ooh, okay.
A point down, not because I feel like there were matches that were a bit better than this, I thought, to me, at least from my point of view.
Yeah.
But as for a solid 6-man no DQ, this is probably the best thing they could pull out, and they all certainly did.
And,
hats off to all 6 men.
Well, from the highest of highs to now, potentially, my least favourite match of the night.
Right. What is next upon the card?
Ronda Riser versus Liv Morgan.
Ooh. Now, this is a storied one, folks.
Yes.
We've had many of issue with poor Liv Morgan and her title reign. She got off to a strong start.
It was a decent start.
Beating Ronda Rousey, Money in the Bank, cashing in straight away.
Yes.
One of the many women, I think every single one of them, apart from one, who was Carmella, that she held it for like 200 days, to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase immediately.
Pretty much
at the end of the show.
It's always somewhat, because I think Nikki didn't do it on the show. She did like the Raw afterwards.
Raw after.
So it's like, it's always...
because Rhea had beaten Charlotte to a pulp, and then Nikki came out and cashed in.
Yeah.
But Morgan's been a bit here and there with it. She had a nice defense against Shayna. She struggled to defend against Ronda. There was a controversy that Liv tapped to the armbar while Ronda was pinned to the mat.
Liv tapped, Ronda let go, ref didn't see it.
The crowd didn't seem to turn against her on the SmackDown afterwards. There was that shaky interview with Kayla Braxton where Kayla looked really annoyed at the crowd because they were chanting, you tapped out at Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan had to address it live on the night. That felt awkward.
Yeah. It's not been great for Liv Morgan.
No.
And this match
didn't really carry it on. It was a Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules match, correct.
Obviously, Extreme Rules card. All these matches have stipulations, by the way.
Yes.
All these matches have hardcore stipulations.
Every single one of them. And I don't know. It was my issue with this match is it's not necessarily the best. Can you remember anything about this match?
Only
except for the finish.
Right. Okay. There was a point where where they had there was tables involved. Someone had a table, and I think Liv did a senton through a table onto Ronda.
Yes.
That was possibly the only thing I remember, or the bit on the outside.
The only bit I can think of is Ronda gets Liv's bat and very slowly hits her with it.
Okay.
Because she can't actually whack her.
No.
So it's very gentle.
I remember that bit from the SmackDown where the bat flipped into the ring.
Yeah.
There's a bit on the SmackDown beforehand where Ronda was going to hit a Piper's Pit on the outside to Liv, and Liv was holding the bat, and the bat flipped onto the floor, springed up, bounced over the apron, and went to the ring.
Yeah.
And the cameraman followed it like he was shocked. He was like, "What? How did that get in there?"
But I just can't remember much from this match.
Well, let's go to the finish then.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of things we have to cover nowadays.
Yeah.
The finish was Ronda's applying the armbar on Liv.
Correct.
Liv sort of tries to roll out of it but doesn't.
Nope.
Ronda sort of turns it into I want to say a triangle choke on the floor, possibly. You did Jones did you for like a year or something, did you?
I did, yes.
And what would you define that as? Because Shayna Baszler, a friend of Ronda Rousey,
Ronda Rousey.
She's a rouser, that one. Friend of rowdy Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, defined it as what's called an omoplata.
Yes. So
a shin submission hold.
Okay. So in quick, decent terms, triangle choke is Undertaker's Hell's Gate.
Okay.
So the person's on the back, you're on your back, they're in front of you, and using your legs. That's triangle choke. Omoplata is pretty much as close as you can get. Yeah.
A reverse version.
Yeah. Essentially,
when they're on their front and you're kind of up.
Yeah, Ronda's up and she's essentially sat on Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she used a bit of the table as well because I felt like it wasn't working. The smash table from the senton.
Yeah.
She used that to kind of brace Liv Morgan's head into it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the finish that was initially planned.
No.
It's come out since that Ronda wanted thumbtacks involved.
Yeah.
And the finish was Liv would pass out in the armbar because of the thumbtacks in her face.
Yeah.
Which I thought was not a bad finish.
Yeah,
better than the one we got.
Oh yeah.
In all intensive terms, Ronda won.
Yes.
She passed out Liv Morgan and
Ronda won,
champion.
Passed out Liv Morgan, and then we'll touch on it a bit later. Liv Morgan was smiling, which is either intentional or not.
We're going to say it is, because the gimmick Liv now has, she's taken on this sort of crazed gimmick, this sort of very Harley Quinn-esque gimmick, where she's enjoying pain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for the Twitter marks, but not so much for the people who are watching on TV every week.
Yes.
Then she beats down Sonya Deville with a chair and knocks the chair and thinks the chair's her title belt. Is that it? But she's lost it to Ronda in backstage interviews. We've been critical of Liv Morgan's booking. No offense to Liv Morgan. I'm sure she's a lovely girl. She's had a storied career through WWE with the Riot Squad and whatnot.
Yes.
She's done more than enough to prove herself.
Yep.
I'm glad I want her to have title opportunities. It's a shame she's never got the tag belts with Ruby.
This is the thing now. At least she's got something.
Yes.
She has a gimmick.
She has a gimmick people are interested in.
Yeah.
I will grant her that.
This is her gimmick now is going somewhere. It can go anywhere. There's a lot of rumours where it's going to go. Again, we'll get onto that later.
We'll get onto that later where might go.
But she's got something, and to be fair, no one's saying she won't win the title again.
Yes.
It's very possible.
There was review, possibly I think by Fireful Select, the character was this new character, this crazy Liv Morgan, was pitched by which, by the way, they've tried like 3 times.
Yeah.
They've done it once when she left the Riot Squad, where she took Corey Graves' mic and shouted about Charlotte. Yep. There was a second time where she was doing the Only Live Once thing, where she was in the bath and she was Lana's sort of lesbian lover. Do you remember that? And she interrupted Bobby Lashley's wedding.
Yeah.
And now they're doing this.
Yep.
So it's the 3rd time they've tried this kind of thing. Hopefully it'll work out this time.
Yes.
is all I can say.
But in terms of the match, I can't remember much of it.
Right, I'm going to give it
6.5.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
5.
Now,
the next match.
Yes.
The crowd was after that Donnybrook match. The crowd was hot.
This is the
crowd
thing.
was on fire.
Yeah.
This broke barricades. This was slappy. This was hard hitty. Everyone was up for this. I was pumped.
Yeah.
This was the match to open the show with. But the problem is, when you open on a bang, there's 2 ways you go. You go up or you go down.
Yes.
This match. What is this match? Next match.
Yeah. So you go up with Donnybrook. And you go down
with the Women's Championship,
which is fine because then you're not going to tire the crowd out.
And I felt the other Women's Championship match was much better.
But now the crowd goes back up. Now it's just strap match.
Strap match. It is. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, the Scottish Warrior.
Yes.
He's back. He's got a strap around him.
Yep.
He's got 6 feet, a leather strap around his wrist. Another man across the ring. He's also got a strap.
Yes.
Strapped together.
Yeah.
Can't leave the ring.
Nope.
Well, you can. At the start of the match, but then you got to come into the ring again.
Yes.
Who's his opponent?
Karrion Kross, Mr. TikTok himself.
Yes, Mr. TikTok. Not the social media platform.
No.
The clock motion.
Yes.
The Doom. They call him the Doom Walker.
Yeah.
The Doomsday Man. Karrion Kross. Yeah. The Doomsday Man. He's like Luke Skywalker, but he's a Doomwalker.
Doomwalker.
Yeah. And the Doomsday Man himself, Karrion Kross,
Yeah.
and his wife, Scarlett Bordeaux.
Correct.
Who is I tell you, her back hurts from carrying this feud and carrying these two men. Scarlett is just putting in way more effort than she needs to.
Yeah.
But I love it. She's shouting, she's screaming all the time. You can hear her over commentary. She's
Also,
absolutely amazing.
Shortest match of the night.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long?
10 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's a 10-minute match.
Yeah.
You can get a lot done in a 10-minute match.
But no, this match was pretty good.
Yeah, they go to the start immediately by the Cross's entrance. My goodness.
Yeah, it's great.
This is much better than wearing that shredder colander on his head.
Almost
and putting him in straps.
demolition.
Yeah. It was. This Triple H has just done a complete gimmick overhaul. It's like we don't even remember Cross on Raw anymore.
Nope.
Just goes, you were never on Raw, you were always on NXT, and you just went away, and now you're back on SmackDown, and that's all we care about.
Done that with a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Gimmick rehab.
Yeah.
Welcome to Triple H's gimmick rehab.
Yeah.
You got a bad gimmick off Vince, I'll fix you up.
Yeah.
I'll give you a good gimmick. Hello, Elias.
I was going to say, hello, Elias. Sequel's gone.
Yeah.
Hello, Ella Knight.
Exactly.
How's it going?
Hello, Ella Knight. How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me talk to you. I love Ella. Sorry,
So do I.
It's wonderful to see him back.
It's great.
Yeah.
Give him a belt. Go on.
This match is they start on the outside. There's a lot of fighting before the strap goes on. I'd like to know how much. Is this bell to bell? Is this bell to bell? They fought for like 5 minutes without the strap on. I think it's bell to bell. Because Drew had the strap on, but the match couldn't start. Michael Cole saying, by the way, oh my God, I love Michael Cole on commentary now. Michael, especially I'm going to mention during the Judgment Day match, Michael Cole does several calls where I'm like, he is in this action. Michael Cole is watching it like he is there as well. Like he's supposed to be the voice. He's the soundtrack. He is the voice of what you're supposed to be thinking and the emotion you're supposed to feel. The commentary guides you, right?
It's also good and worth mentioning that we are back to a classic two-man booth.
Yes, two-man booth for the entirety of all the pay-per-views from now on. We have Corey Graves representing Raw, and representing SmackDown, it is Michael Cole. They've had a complete announcer overhaul as well.
They have.
SmackDown is now headed by Michael Cole and Wade Barrett from NXT.
For now.
Until Pat McAfee gets back from the football, then he'll be coming. What's Wade going to do?
Go back to NXT.
Yeah, but Booker's on there.
I think Booker's is filling in for Wade.
Okay. Yeah. On NXT, we have Vic Joseph.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
We have Vic Joseph and Booker T on, which I like because Booker T is actually connected to a lot of the talents.
He is.
Like Roxanne Perez, she was trained by Booker T.
Yeah.
So I love that connection.
Yeah.
Then on Raw, we have Kevin Patrick, who's doing amazing work on Main Event if you don't watch it on Wednesday nights. But Kevin Patrick commentates on Main Event. He was also a backstage interviewer.
Yes.
And he is with Corey Graves.
Yep.
Also, bringing back to backstage segments is Kathy Kelly from NXT and Raw.
Yep.
If you like Kathy Kelly, she's returned to WWE as well.
True. Byron Saxton is now doing backstage interviews.
Byron Saxton as well. He's off commentary. Many people thought it was a blessing. Because of
I don't mind him.
I don't mind.
In a two-man, it wouldn't work. But in a three-man, it's fine.
I don't really like a three-man booth. I feel like it gets a bit cluttered.
I don't mind it.
It reminds me of those early 2000 pay-per-views where there'd be set like 6 people.
Yeah.
Because there'd be 2 people from each brand.
I don't mind 3 men, but the issue is that one person doesn't really talk much. You always get a one who's a bit silent.
It's cooler play-by-play.
Yeah.
Like us two.
Yeah.
Like I'm the play-by-play guy. Maybe you're the cooler guy, or I'm cooler and you're play-by-play. You know.
You know, we're
a commentary team.
Yeah, we are. I don't know. Taz and JR.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be Taz. I mean, that makes me Taz.
Do you not want to be Taz?
I think I'll be Taz. Yeah, I think I'll be Taz.
Okay.
Anyway, I digress. Yam bags.
My God. Perfect.
Exactly. Hold on, I need to do my best Taz. It's me, Taz.
Great.
There you go.
Awesome. Bam out barbecue sauce. It's my German impression.
No one suplex with me. It's me, Taz.
That man is broken in half. Okay. Anyway.
I digress.
Moving on. Pay-per-view.
Yeah. Drew is fighting Cross. Drew's fighting Cross into the ring.
Yes.
They finally get the strap on, and it's Whip City.
Yeah.
It's whip your back, whip your front, whip your legs.
Yes.
Whip everywhere.
Whip your hair back.
Scarlett's loving it.
Yeah.
Scarlett's just clapping, she's applauding, she's laughing, she's cackling. She's a right Jezebel, as Jim Ross would call her.
That's my job.
The finish of the match. Drew is he gets taking a suplex city. Cross hits a couple of big suplexes. Gets they call it the cross hammer.
Yes.
I don't think they called that in NXT, but maybe they did. It's like a big elbow to the back of the head, like what Will Ospreay does.
Yeah.
But it's a forward elbow, big elbow, and 1, 2, 3,
boom,
beats him.
Yes.
And then Cross gets his big victory because he's going to reset the timeline of WWE.
I like this match.
I'm going to give it
7.5.
Just 7.
Okay. This is about middle.
Yeah, raises above the women's match.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I feel like in terms of pay-per-view, this is about middle in terms of match quality for pay-per-view. Maybe.
Next match, Corey. Next match.
Bianca Belair.
Before we can, bit of an aftermath. Cross's car gets attacked by Drew. Drew McIntyre doesn't take the loss very well. He runs into. I said runs into like he just runs into Cross's car. No, he crashes Cross's car with a truck. Yeah, headbutts the car.
Yeah.
It's not Braun Strowman. No. Drew McIntyre runs his car over with a truck.
Yes.
Attacks Cross, takes his arm in a car door, disables him, and says, "It's not over, Callum Cross. No. I'm going to come back. I'm going to beat you badly, man."
And they are.
Yeah.
At Crown Jewel.
They're going to have a rematch
Steel cage.
Steel cage, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
I think that was announced on SmackDown.
It was, yeah.
A steel cage in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel, the next pay-per-view that's coming out.
Yes. All right. Up next, a ladder match for Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship.
Much better than the last women's title match.
Yeah.
Bayley, bless her, was wearing a blue wrist tape that said Sarah on it from the passing of Sarah Lee, Tough Enough winner, a few weeks ago, which was nice, lovely to see that.
It's good to see.
I like her red damage control gear. It's got logo on her back, logo on her jacket. I really like that gear on Bayley. Bayley's a master orator, great on the mic, great in the ring. She's just an all-around. I think she's the 4 horsewomen. Bayley does not get enough love.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Everyone's Charlotte, Sasha, Becky. Bayley just kind of... I think it was the face run that really sort of depleted her for some people.
Yeah.
But her latest heel run with damage control has been absolute fire. I love damage control. I really do.
Bayley's the best one.
Bayley gets good offense in against Bianca. Bianca uses her trademark power that Corey always doesn't like.
Yes, again, thankfully.
Did they not mention it this time?
Because Vince has it in the ear.
Yeah.
We don't have to mention it.
No.
Thank you, Triple H.
Seconds. Yeah.
Thank you, Triple H.
Time to play the game.
Exactly. The King of Kings for Cerebral Assassin.
That's right.
Other nicknames he's probably had. But
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he's in charge.
But it was a decent match. It was good.
A lot of good use of spots. A lot of good use of the ladders.
Yeah.
A lot of ladder bridges. A lot of throwing the ladders around, chucking them at each other.
Also, considering that out of all the matches here, other than the Extreme Rules match, the ladder match is like the most common stipulation we see. And
it's been a long time since we've seen a ladder match for a title.
Yeah.
Title's up there on the top. You have to climb the ladder to get there.
But it was good. I enjoyed it.
Damage Control's team members, Dakota and EO, would get involved.
Yep.
But Bianca takes them out with a double KOD, which doesn't look as great.
No.
It looked a bit slow. I feel like someone didn't get to the corner fast enough.
Yeah.
And she had to do like the corner pick up and then get them on the back for the burning hammer.
Yeah.
So
it was alright. I mean, Bianca wins.
Bianca does capture the title and retain.
Which is kind of surprising, but I'm not mad at it.
I think people Who do you think is going to dethrone Bianca? Go.
Oh god, who even is that?
Name.
Who's on Raw?
Oscar, Alexa.
It won't be Oscar.
Dakota, EO, Bayley.
Could be Dakota, maybe. I don't know. I think it was someone new.
Becky.
I hope not. Becky's good.
Charlotte left on SmackDown. She might come back to Raw.
I don't know. It could be.
Rhea's wrestling again.
Possibly, but in the Judgment Day a bit.
Well, she might be out of the Judgment Day by then.
That's what I mean. They're a bit stagnant currently.
She might be out of it by then. We don't know.
Who knows? I don't actually think she's announced who she's facing at Saudi Arabia yet.
She might not face anyone.
That's true.
She might just not have a match.
They've been a bit better with that.
Or maybe it'll be like versus EO or something.
Yeah, there was a women's match last year, so you never know.
I like this ladder match. I'm going to give it a solid 8. It was very fun. It was very fun. I love Bayley. I love Bianca.
Another 7.5.
Okay.
7.5.
So Bayley's feud with Michael Cole continues. She was shouting at Michael Cole.
So the next match is going to be one that Murray's going to probably take most of this.
Okay.
It's the I Quit
match between Hall of Famer, the Rated R superstar, Edge,
and Finn Balor.
Finn Balor of the Judgment Day.
Yes.
Edge comes out first. Very rare normally for Edge.
Yeah.
Normally he's a second entrance kind of guy.
Well, normally he has, especially recently, he has different entrances.
No.
Like he had Alter Bridge.
He has Alter Bridge.
No, but like he came. But he came back as SummerSlam with the Brood. He then returned like last pay-per-view with again kind of the Brood, I think.
Yeah,
so he always has like some last pay-per-view he came out with Ray in a mask.
Yeah.
So he always
He
has
did.
like something a bit different.
Special. I think
like
he had
an
like
outfit.
an army coat on there.
Yeah.
He had like a camo coat on and
Yeah.
like sort
So
of
normally
whitish
there's
gear.
normally some kind of like costume or outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was his Edge. Short hair,
He
Edge.
arrives,
Can you make your mind
regular
up?
Edge, short hair.
Make your mind up. Long hair, short hair. Which one is
It
it?
is the fireworks. He comes out to the ring,
Does.
really happy. You know, he's facing Finn Balor of the Judgment Day in
Yep.
an I Quit match
Yes.
stipulation where you must utter the words
I
I
quit."
quit to submit. Right.
Yes.
Then Finn comes out and it's his new music. It's
Yep.
kind of a remixed version of his old one where he doesn't do the ha ha.
Yeah.
He now just
Which
kind
I'm
of
kind of glad
just like a
about.
little bit of a stomp, and
Yeah.
the effect's still there.
Yeah.
It was kind of baller actually. People were taking the mick out of his little helmet he was wearing, like a
The
Kanye
spiky
West,
thing.
yeah, spiky mask. His Kanye West spiky mask face. He was
I-
wearing. I thought it looked kind of cool. I was like, that looks kind of sweet actually.
I didn't like it, but I'm like, it's a one-off entrance.
Yeah.
If it was a permanent thing, I might have an issue with it.
It fit his jacket. He had kind of a spiky jacket.
Yeah,
on as well,
I guess
so. It
so.
kind of fit that. Then he gets into the ring, and it's a hullabaloo of an affair.
It's a half an hour match.
My God, is it that long? I only thought about 20 minutes.
No.
Oof. Right.
Half an hour.
They're fighting outside the ring. First off, they're fighting in the ring. He's trying to push his face into the turnbuckle.
Yep.
Balor's not going to quit. They're fighting on the outside, throwing to the table, throwing to the apron, throw over the barricade. They start fighting through the crowd,
Yep.
punching through the crowd. They get to the pre-show desk. Always
Yeah.
when they do that. They did that last year in Extreme Rules as well. It was Balor again
Yeah.
and Roman Reigns. They fought in the pre-show area.
Always good to see.
Throw him into the screens. Edge gets a hockey stick, smashes Balor with the hockey stick, gets the hockey stick round his face for the cross face, but
Yes.
Balor's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Throws him out, throws him down the steps. They're fighting up the steps in the crowd. They're fighting up the steps and around. It's a brutal affair.
Yep.
Up and down the stairs. I think they go through the back, don't they? Do they go through the
Yeah.
back? And then now back out to the ring.
They go everywhere.
Back out to the ring, yeah. And that's when Balor's team members arrive. We go like maybe 15, 20 minutes before people turn up.
Yep.
The rest of the Judgment Day turn up.
Yep.
Damian Priest, the new Dominic Mysterio,
Yes.
and Rhea Ripley, who I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm also wearing a shirt with her face on it. I can't show you that. But I don't have any Judgment Day merch. Not yet. I will do.
Soon.
Yes. Thank you very much, Corey.
Yeah,
By the
you're
way.
welcome.
The rest of the Judgment Day arrive, and they're just kicking the tar out of poor Edge. They're throwing him around the ring. They're hitting him into the steel post. Then Rey Mysterio pops back up, and he's like, "No, my son, Dominic, you must listen to me, Dominic." And this is the Michael Cole bit I mentioned.
Yes.
Where Dominic just has completely no mercy, kicks his dad down, punches his dad, stomps on his dad. Rhea's clapping and laughing.
Yeah.
Because obviously Rhea's sort of in control of Dominic
Yeah.
at this point. And Michael Cole goes, "What are you doing, kid? What are you doing to your father?
Yeah.
Somebody stop this! My God!" And the real JR, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's great. I feel so... Because Michael Cole's given it his 110%.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that very much.
Again, it's. I mean, even I didn't realize it was half an hour until I've just read it now on Wikipedia. It was a very good match.
Then, not only does Rey Mysterio arrive,
No.
after he gets thwacked by his son Dominic, Beth Phoenix, the
Yeah.
wife of Edge,
Yep.
the Glamazon herself, the legend Beth Phoenix, pops up and she's going straight after Rhea, and I
Yes.
love that. Straight after Rhea, bounces off the ropes, boom, spear, taking down Rhea. Rhea has to roll out the ring. She tries to help.
Yes, because Edge is handcuffed.
Yeah, because Rhea has handcuffs, and Rhea handcuffs Edge to the apron so that Balor
Yeah.
and Priest can beat him up. Not to the apron, sorry, to the rope.
To the rope.
To the rope, so that and there's a meme format of Edge sort of handcuffed to the rope and reaching for Rhea, and Rhea's just out of his way. Have you seen that? And Rhea's just leaning out so she can't get grabbed. Then, because Rhea has the key.
Yes.
So Beth hits a spear on Rhea.
Yeah.
Takes her down, grabs the key.
Yeah.
Frees Edge.
Mhm.
Edge is able to spear Balor.
Yep.
But he can't use the educator, his submission, to get Balor to quit. Then at this time, I think Priest does pull some sort of distraction shenanigan or
Yeah.
something like that, allowing Rhea Ripley to get the jump on Beth.
Yep.
Takes her down with brass knuckles.
Yep.
Takes down with William Regal's brass knuckles
Yeah, a little
from
bit of Regal
AEW.
there.
A little bit of Regal, yeah, I love a bit of Regal. That Regal homage, because she was in NXT, obviously,
She was.
where Regal's general manager. So little trick from the King himself. Takes down not Jerry Lawler, obviously, King Regal. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. takes down Beth with the brass knucks.
Yep.
And she gets us set up for a concerto.
Correct.
Which is a chair on the bottom, chair on the top.
Yep.
Smash it with a chair.
Yeah.
I believe it was an Edge and Christian move initially, and they
Was.
adapted it to an Edge,
Was indeed.
finisher.
Yep.
Gets her ready for a concerto, while all the boys, Rhea's boys, Dominic, Finn, and Priest, grab Edge, get the mic, get the ref's mic to his face, and because no DQ obviously, so you can just have your if you just got a faction, just have your people attack him. It's all right, whatever you want. It's no DQ. It's an I quit. There's Rhea is about to do the concerto. Yes. He's like, I'm going to do it, Edge. I'm going to do it. I'm going to smash your wife's face.
Yeah.
So Edge has to say, I quit.
He quits
to save Beth.
Yep.
Which is perfect.
Yep.
No answers submitted. It was just done because Edge loves his wife, and Edge cannot bear to see his wife get hurt. Let's get on to that.
Happens
cannot bear to see his wife get hurt. So he just says, I quit to save her.
Yep.
He says, if I say I quit, you're going to let her go. And Rhea's like, don't worry, I'll let her. You don't want me to do this. And Edge has to say I quit, give up the match. Finn Balor wins, even though Finn Balor's just with two other guys holding Edge down.
Yeah.
Then Rhea looks at him and goes, "You taught us too well," is what she says.
Yeah.
Because I had to. I think she shouted it at him, but I did do a bit of lip reading. She says, "You taught us too well," and bang, does it anyway.
Yeah.
Cracks her with the concerto, throws the chair down.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day just bolt, leave Edge in the ring. Edge is cradling his wife, poor wife, who is just she sold it so well. She sold it with the spasm and everything.
Yeah.
And my goodness, Beth, she needs to get back in the ring. Well, obviously not now, but
yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? So the match was good. The ending was great.
The match was very good. I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. My one issue is this, and it's not really an issue. I'm just curious of where this is going because I thought, okay, Edge and Beth and other people will feud with Judgment Day, but now they're kind of feuding with AJ and the OC. I think Edge is away filming, or he is going to be filming
soon.
Percy
Jackson.
Yeah.
He's been casting Percy Jackson.
So that might be why.
So he's going to be away.
But I'm assuming at some point Edge and Beth are going to come back into that whole
after the OC people. I feel like the OC are winning the OC feud.
Also,
later on Raw, let's explain.
Yep.
Gallows and Anderson were released from WWE. They went to AEW. They went to Impact. They did the indie tour.
Yes.
They went to New Japan. Now they're back in WWE again. And they've teamed up with their friend AJ Styles, who was previously feuding with Finn Balor.
Correct.
Over the whole Bullet Club crap.
As it always is.
As it always is. It's never anything else other than the flipping Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Can't we let it go? Wasn't it like 20 years ago?
It was a while ago,
It was a long time. Can't we just drop it? The OC are back together. The original club are back together. And they're going to take on the Judgment Day in Riyadh at Crown Jewel.
Correct.
So we imagine that Edge and Beth were written off using this match.
Well, yeah. Beth was written off. Edge doesn't want to come back because
want to come back. Well,
he's got to look after his wife.
His wife, yeah, of course. Easy kayfabe explanation. Yeah. And the Judgment Day take the promo next time. By the way, Dominic always gets booed. Dominic has this. I don't know whether it's very high levels of heel heat or that tiny bit of level of go away heat.
I think it's on the heel side. I think it's on the heel side, but
there's a thin grey line.
I think it's on the heel side because he's with Rhea. And for Judgment Day. If it was on his own, I don't think people would like it as much.
Fair enough.
Also, because of this, Ray was going to retire.
Yes.
Told Triple H, and then it's revealed
he can't have his son fight him anymore. He doesn't want to face his son ever.
Yeah.
He says, Triple H on SmackDown, he says, "You've got to let me retire. I need to go away. I need to get out of this."
Yes.
And Tripp says, "Well, give me a minute. Let me try and persuade you." So all they do is they move him over to SmackDown.
They move him to SmackDown, and now Baron Corbin has been swapped to Raw.
Baron Corbin is swapped to Raw
with JBL.
For some weird reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird, but I like it.
I don't like JBL.
I think as a heel, he's great. As a person, I don't know, but as
exactly.
a heel manager, he's great.
Fair enough. On the Raw after, Dominic gets booed to high hell.
Yeah.
Finn says he's too legit to quit.
Yes.
Which I thought was funny. And by the way, if this has done nothing for Finn and Dominic, this has given Rhea and Damian really good mic tools. Like they've done so much better now. They've had obviously when Edge was talking for them, whatever. But on the mic now, they're really, really good, and they weren't that way when they got to the main roster. Not really much. They didn't really speak that much. But now, Rhea and Damian are like, if I want to pick two people to keep from Judgment Day, keep them together. keep them together, and
Yeah.
maybe Dom is like a little flunky for Rhea.
I mean, we all assume this is going to end with Dom and Ray at Mania. Somehow
Yes.
it will come back.
Dom and Ray, mate.
And
Yeah,
they'll
that's what I feel
merge.
like. The Judgment Day will come onto SmackDown. And
I reckon at that point, no, Judgment Day might split.
I feel like
Because I reckon it will end with Dom and Ray not hating each other.
there's apparently stuff about Damien. Apparently Damien's been doing a lot of different things to the Judgment Day or whatever, so he may move away.
I reckon if it is Dom and Ray, it will end with them two being all happy and take my mask and take my legacy or whatever.
And then Rhea can go and win the Raw Women's Championship as well.
Yeah, and
Why not?
everyone does their own thing, and it's okay. Judgment Day, they're all right.
I feel like they feel like they're a good stable. I feel like
it's
they're
up and
probably
down.
the second biggest stable at the minute. It's Bloodline Judgment Day for me, honestly.
Well,
Who else is there? Hit Row, Legado del
potentially.
Fantasma,
Potentially,
the OC.
there's
Who else is there?
there's another 6 people that might be a faction, but we don't know yet.
Another 6 people.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
We don't know yet.
The next match is.
It's the finale,
Oh,
the
is it
main
the
event.
Yeah, the main event. It is Seth freaking Rollins.
Correct.
Versus Matt Riddle.
Correct.
In
In
a
fight pit match.
What is a fight pit, Corey?
Essentially,
It's
it's
fight pit.
It's a cage, right? It's a steel cage, but the steel cage is like an upper cage, and you can't submit, and you can submit, you can't pin, but you can also win by knockout apparently.
Right.
Essentially, it's supposed to be like a mixed martial
like
arts.
an MMA kind of thing.
Yes, and
'Cause
speaking
wrestling's
of,
always wanted to be that. Speaking of MMA,
special guest
the man
referee,
for the job, it is. Say it with me now. It's
Daniel
Cormier.
from the UFC.
He's here, the UFC champion. By the way, he loves pro wrestling. I know about Daniel Cormier. He loves pro wrestling. He loves the aura. He has that exact. He was on the Bump beforehand. Their little talk show. Not a WWE talk show.
Yes.
He was on the Bump, and he has that perfect energy. He feels like a pro wrestler. Like if he wasn't an MMA guy, he feels like he'd be a pro wrestler. He's got the build. Why not? He seems to love it, like Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I've got to give him credit for that. So I'm going to give Daniel Cormier credit. And in this match, he was the star. He was
great.
He was really good. There was a bit where he's sort of having a shoving match with Riddle, and he's like, "I don't want to fight you, Riddle. You're supposed to fight this man, not me." And I really like that.
Riddle is like elbowing Seth and like elbows Cormier. So Cormier tells him off, and then Seth at some point I think hits him, so he like pins him up against the wall.
Yeah.
And just starts shouting at him, and Seth is like scared for his life.
Yeah. You're not getting a fight with Daniel Cormier, no.
You don't. But yeah, again,
this was a great match, showing off.
It was a good match.
Seth had been promoting his sort of grappling skills for this. He's been using chokes and whatnot on people to prove like I'm as much an MMA guy as Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's nothing to compare to Seth friggin' Rollins.
And it was Seth came out in
affair.
Yeah, Seth came out in RVD gear.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam, whole show.
Yeah, and it was a good time. A lot of jumping off the cage wall.
Matt did a lot of that.
They fought on the top, obviously.
How did the finish play out?
Well, they're on the top, and Seth gets like thrown off. No, he rolls off, I think. Because I think they did like a weird slam, and then Seth falls off the edge and is on the floor. And Matt Riddle is like on the top of this cage, on this like little platform, and he jumps off, and is supposed to essentially land on his bum on Seth's stomach, right? So, like, boof, he misses and just like hits the mat
like a senton.
Yeah, he just hits the mat flush, and you can tell that Matt Riddle is in pain, and not selling pain. He is in actual pain. This man is hurt, and so very abruptly, Matt Riddle just taps him out, kind of out of nowhere. Just gets him in.
Arm bar or something?
Yeah, just gets him in a submission really quickly, and then taps him out. Again, the match was 16 minutes. It wasn't a short match.
Yeah.
But just kind of gets the win, and I'm like, okay, because obviously, because
Seth's been beating him, and Seth's whole story or whatever.
I have heard Xavier Woods before say the worst bump you can take is on your coccyx, is on your bum.
Yes, it is.
And if you're doing it off of a higher surface, you're probably gonna hurt.
That bone is tender, people. That bone is tender. Your tailbone.
But Matt Riddle gets the win. He beats Seth in a fight pit. And then
he looked very, very like I need to go and see a doctor after this. When he was walking up the back of when Cormier was holding his hand, he was not even smiling. Yeah, he was like Yeah, and then wincing.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was good.
But shall we rate it? I'm gonna give it 7.5.
7.5 again. My third 7.5.
I'll join you 7.5.
My third 7.5.
I'm not giving a 0.5 yet. Yeah.
Now.
Then the real main event happens.
Yeah. They go up to the top.
Well, let's just talk for a minute.
Okay.
For the last few months,
Yep.
at live shows,
Yes.
they've been playing Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit with red lighting on the ring.
Yeah.
You know, one pill makes you larger, one makes you small.
Yep.
That kind of thing. Without the music backing, so it sounds very creepy if it's just the vocals.
Yes.
There's no rising tension to it. There's just the words getting louder and louder and louder. And people were assuming that this may be something connected to maybe The Fiend, Red, Bray Wyatt. That was initially a rumbling. Then they start airing QR codes that take you to websites that give you links that take you to locations, to things connecting to a character known as the White Rabbit.
Correct.
It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Little words in promos. There was words like "Who killed the world?"
Yeah.
You did. You did. You did. Little points on little dots, like a little puzzle piece to put together. Okay. Games of Hangman. We don't know what it is. All types of Easter. I love this kind of stuff. I love Easter eggs. I love long-term the setups for things and Easter eggs that lead you onto all this stuff. It's really. I love the whole. Not kind of like an Easter egg hunt, like a foraging hunt for information.
Yeah,
that's very interesting to me.
An ARG.
An ARG, yeah. That is, I just adore that.
Yeah.
Especially when it builds and builds, you get more and more each time, more clues each time.
Yes.
There were pointers where if there was website links, and if you look at the source code in the website links, there's words in there. There's words like there was words from Aleister Black's theme. People thought it could be Malachi Black coming back to WWE.
Yep.
There was words of a Twitter account, and the Twitter account was the same account that discovered that the Fiend's team had gone back on Spotify.
Yeah.
It was stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was little bits here and there that all connect up. It was absolutely fantastic.
It was.
This whole thing was absolutely fantastic.
And this kind of
all culminated in this.
It did. There was stuff from the pre-show. The Donny Brooke match.
Yes, a white rabbit character is seen. Little white rabbit with a logo, red eye.
Yep.
Jumps over a field, jumps into a hole, and then from that hole is like a big beam of light.
Yeah. And then it
then it fizzles away.
And then on the SmackDown it said like tomorrow night or whatever.
Tomorrow night. They had a lot of dates.
Yeah.
A date for SmackDown, there was like a date and a time for a Raw or something like that. It all connected up until this point.
Yes.
Where we see, I think a video plays and it's Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse.
Well, before that, so what happens is, you are correct. What happens is, Matt and
Daniel
Cormier
leave.
They go to the top of the ramp. The copyright thing comes up.
Yeah, I love when they do that on NXT. They did that on NXT once.
Yeah. All face to black.
Yeah.
Then you hear.
You think it's over.
Yeah. Then you hear he's got a whole world in his hands. And then it shows all of the people first.
Huskus the pig.
Yeah.
Mercy the buzzard.
Yeah.
Abby the witch.
Yes.
The Rambling Rabbit, Rusty Rabbit.
Rambling Rabbit, which is terrifying.
My goodness, the pig was scary. I couldn't get the pig out of my head that
entire
night.
The pig didn't bother me because I can kind of tell. It's got like a fat belly hanging out. I'm like, that looks like a person in a suit. But Rabbit scared the bejeebus
the rabbit's eyes, he's like these big bug eyes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, he's just standing there like this.
Bearing in mind, I was in the UK. This is like 3 a.m.
It is.
It's like pitch black.
I had to sleep. Yeah, it was pitch black in my room. I had to sleep after this, and I couldn't sleep like nightmare fuel. This was literal nightmare fuel.
Was
that all of them? I think that was
there's a burnt Fiend mask on the announce table.
the burnt Fiend mask, yeah.
Then the Fiend appears, not Bray Wyatt.
No, it's not. It's just a guy in a Fiend suit.
Yes. And then it all goes off, and then we see the Firefly Funhouse set.
It's been destroyed, it's
all burned.
Yeah.
And then the TV is on.
The TV is on.
Yes.
And don't we go through the TV and there's the door?
So the door's on a ramp, the TV comes on, and then you see the guy in the mask who's like, who killed the world? Yeah. And then it says weird other stuff, and then it disappears, and then we go back to the door.
And the door opens. Little Brody Lee parallel.
It is,
there,
little
nice blue door.
Do you also know the Abby the Witch Brody Lee reference?
No, what's that?
Abby the Witch is wearing
Brody Lee's
this is mask from the Bludgeon Brothers.
From Bludgeon Brothers, yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers mask.
Yeah. But the door opens, little blue light comes out, and then we see a hand with a lantern just comes out the door.
Hand with a blue lantern, a hand comes out, And there's a fellow in like a spooky.
It's the same mask from the TV.
Yep. It's called Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy is supposedly what it is.
Yeah. He walks out with the mask, and it's very eerie. There's smoke, and you can't really tell who it is under. And then the hand comes up, and it's Bray Wyatt, and the crowd goes wild. People, if you don't know, Bray Wyatt was released around WrestleMania time, and his final match released around WrestleMania. There was a lot of controversy as to where he'll come back, whether he's away for good. What's he going to do? Is he going to make a film? Is he going to
rumored for a film?
Wrestling? He changed his profile to something called Wyatt 6.
Wyatt 6.
This logo with this sort of, I think it's a moth or a cicada or something. There's a skull on it and the lightning bolts. Yes. It's a cool ass logo. It's a pretty sick logo.
But he comes back.
He takes off the people. You can see he tries to hold it back. He smiles, a little smile, because he knows the big pop, and he looks at it. He looks out of the crowd, and he goes like, "Whoa!" to the lantern, and then it all goes black. The Wyatt 6 logo comes up,
and then disappears, and that's it.
That's the end.
And we're done.
We don't rate a segment, but if I would,
this is like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we can't really. Yeah,
can't.
Okay, yeah. This is perfect though.
Heightened by the commentary with Michael Cole being like, "Are we still live? Are we still on air?"
Yeah. And then the freak out at seeing the burnt fiend mask appear.
It's very good, and even now we know it's Bray. We have no clue where it's going. No idea. Is he feuding with himself? Is it not himself?
Okay.
Is it a faction?
The main event of the SmackDown afterwards, Bray Wyatt comes to the ring with his new theme, which is called Shattered, which is absolutely amazing.
By Code Orange.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Gets in the ring with his lantern. He thanks the people. He goes this really emotional,
really
promo,
honest,
really honest, real.
Because he's like, I wasn't allowed to show you who I was before, or I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then he gets cut off.
And then he said, he said that people will come up to me and say, "Bray, you saved me.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you, Bray. You need to come back, and I never thought anyone would be paying attention to me or anyone would care about me.
Yeah.
But all of you cared, and that was what made me return." He's going babyface, and it works. It really works. Oh my God! I just give him a hug.
Yeah.
He looks so sad out there, but also so happy to be back. And he's like, says, "I'm finally home again."
Yeah. It's an interesting thing where we don't know what's happening.
Get a character on the screen who is defined as Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
And his mask and his sort of barbed wire, sort of Wyatt family hat.
Yeah.
We don't know whether that's him, whether it's Bo Dallas. This
is the whole thing. There's people that are rumored to be like all the characters, but we don't know if the characters are going to appear again. One of them
isn't Grayson Waller because he just decided to punk everyone out with him.
So we don't know if the characters are appearing again. Is it a faction? Are they different versions of Bray?
Is one of them Liv Morgan?
Yeah,
there's thoughts of that. Is one of them Alexa Bliss?
Yeah, because it's like Husky Harris, it's the Wyatt family Bray, it's for modern Bray, it's for Fiend, it's for whatever, Wyatt cult leader, it's all these other Brays, and you've got to try and fight himself.
6 versions of himself. That's the Wyatt 6.
We don't know what's happening with this, and it's great.
Yeah.
In a good way.
It's like a mystery. We need a big wrestling mystery, and we now have it with Bray Wyatt, who is the perfect person to take us through this wrestling mystery.
But no, it's great, and that ends the show, and that is it.
Ends the show, and that is Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
But for the weekly rec this week, we've rated all the matches. We have a weekly rec.
We do.
Now I like to have a consistent theme with these weekly recs.
Yep.
Often they are the same. Often they're the same thing.
Yes.
But I decided not to break. Why break tradition today, Corey? This match is. You can look it up. This is the May 9th of Monday Night Raw, 2022. And it is the match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. It's brief. It's basically Rhea's introduction to the Judgment Day.
Yep.
And if you can find it, it's just Rhea and Liv.
Yep.
Nice little sweet match between them. Rhea wins. She wins with the Prism Trap, which she never wins with anymore, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because she uses the Riptide, which is a pump handle slam, and she has like a Cloverleaf, which she never wins with, but now. She won this with this match, so there you go.
Yeah.
And Damien Priest and Edge, it's Judgment Day. Remember when Judgment Day was under Edge? Yeah, me too. It's Edge's Judgment Day.
Yep.
And it's just a nice little match between two good workers. This was also the aftermath of the Liv for Brutality thing when that tag team ended. And now Liv's crazy again, and Rhea's still in Judgment Day. That's my recommendation. Just go watch the full matches available on YouTube. It is the May 9th Monday Night Raw. of Rhea versus Liv. I'm going to rate it. I'm going to give it 8.
Okay.
Nice, solid 8 out of 10. Just for you, Rhea. Nice. I love you.
Nice.
You're amazing.
Okay.
You're really awesome. You can never put a foot wrong in my book. Love Rhea. She's probably on tonight. We'll record this on a Monday. There'll be a Monday Night Raw later. We hope you all enjoyed our review of Extreme Rules. We will probably come back to you maybe in a month, in a few weeks with Crown Jewel. And after that, whatever's next, Survivor Series, who knows?
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed. It is a goodbye from me, goodbye, and a goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.